Hi folks, I thought I would do a little video on one of the bets that's quite popular that I'm posting recently, which is the Fouls bet builder that I do usually on Sky Bet or mostly Paddy Power. Um, I'm going to do one for a game that's just coming up tonight, which is in Italy, Juventus game. So if you do see lots of notifications coming up, it's just because there's lots of people message me and different lineups coming out. So I'll try and get rid of those as quick as I can. So first thing I'll do is look at the kind of website I'm going to use. So this one's Paddy Power. I've got it ready here. So it's a Juventus Lecce game. I'm going to go into the option for Bet Builder and scroll up a little bit. And right at the top, you've got player to commit 1 foul, player to commit 2 or more fouls. That's the one that I'm primarily going to be looking at is for 2 fouls. So I'll click on that. And then you've got a whole host of players there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the referee. So I would normally go into a site like SofaScore. And in this one for the same game, if you scroll up down here on the right hand side, so we've got an Italian referee for a game in Italy, obviously, and he averages about 4.68 cards, and that's what I'd be looking for. I'm looking for a referee that's given more than 3 cards per game, because I'm going to focus on it if on cards, goals. If it's less than that, I would look for things like shots on target and so forth. But I'm going to concentrate probably on goal scorers, fouls, and shots on target. But let's go for the fouls first of all. So I know that this guy gives out lots of cards. So we'll go back to this bit. What I'm also going to do is use a site that I've started using maybe for about the last year or so, which is, I'll show you in a second. Just come out here, which is Player Stats or Stats Player. So you'll see it here, playerstats.football. So it can give you stuff like this, an in-play fouls dashboard. But what I'm going to do is, if you look up on the right here, I'm going to look at leagues. So this is the research part, and it's got a whole host of, it's a brilliant website. It's got a whole host of different leagues that you can focus on. So for this one, we're going to be focusing on Serie A, which is Italian league. So I'm pressing that one. So you've got all the teams here. So our home team here is Juventus. So I'll click on Juventus. And then you've got a dashboard here. So this is all the different stats, and you can do an accumulation. And this takes in, if you look down the left, it takes in Serie A, Europa League, Coppa Italia, Home and Away, so forth. So if you look on the left-hand side, halfway up the screen here, it says fouls committed. That's what we're going to focus on for this bet. So at this point, I'm going to be scrolling up, and then you've got all the players on the left-hand side here. And what I'm looking for primarily is somebody who regularly gets 2+ fouls per game. So straight away, going from the top, you've got Alex Sandro. His last couple of games, although it's been 3 games since he played, he had 3 fouls, 2 fouls. Rabiot, he's been 1 foul last couple of games, but as you can see along the screen, 4 fouls, 1 foul, 3 fouls, 1 foul, 2 fouls. So he's a regular for getting fouls. The ideal ones here, just looking at it initially, as Bremer, sorry, I should say. He's a defender for Juventus. He's so solid for getting fouls. So I almost always pick him this season. So you can see he's got 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, so forth. And then underneath him, the other defender, Danilo. Again, the last 3 games he's got 2 fouls. So ideally, these are the 2 players that I really want to pick. But first of all, I need to make sure that they're playing. So I went into my old favourite, FOTMob, and I'm looking for Juventus game, lineup, and there we go. We've got Bremner and Danilo. So those are going to be my first two picks. At this stage, I'm going to go straight back into Paddy Power, scroll up, looking for Bremer, sorry. So 64, that's a great odds. And then I'm looking for Danilo, 11-4, phenomenal odds. It doesn't really matter who they're playing against because these guys are consistently getting 2 fouls. So those are my two key guys that I'm looking at. So that already in the bet slip down the left, you can see we've got 7.271. So that's a great start. At this point, I'm going to go back in, and if you see down in this is a great feature of the site, you can do comparison stuff. So on the right hand bottom right, this is Lecce. So you just press that button and it still remains fouls committed, but this is all the Lecce fouls. So again, same scenario. You're looking at the players on the left hand side. So you've got Ahmed Touba. He's 3 fouls his last game, 1 for when he was only playing. If you see the green shaded areas, that's him. He's obviously come on and it tells you how many minutes he's come on for. That was 12 minutes. He played for 90 minutes where he got 3 fouls. But I'm going to look for similar to the Juventus team. So Gabriel Strefaza. Now, it's an interesting one, this, because he constantly gets 2 or 3 fouls. But sometimes Paddy Power don't put him up in the options because they know he's an absolute certainty to get 2 fouls. So I'm looking at him. I'm looking at Marin Pongracic, again my pronunciation guys, or Hamza Rifa. These guys are getting regular. And if you look a bit further down, you've got Pontus Almqvist. So I'm looking for these guys. So I'm looking for, primarily, I'm going to go for Strefanza. And I'm looking at the team. Yep, there he is, number 27, Strefanza. Let's see if he's got him on Paddy Power. Yep, 47, but I'm definitely going to take him. And there we've got Marin Pongracic as well. Double check. Yep, defender number 5. So I'm going to go for him as well. So there we go. We've got 4 players in our bet builder. Current odds 23.361, which is phenomenal. So at this stage, I've got 2 players from each team who I think are going to get 2 fouls. This is where it's interesting because last season, Paddy Power had it. If you'd done 4 players and one of them didn't hit whatever it was you said, like 2 fouls, you would get your stakes back if one selection let you down. This year, they've changed the rules slightly, so it's 5 players you need to pick. So what I try and do is, I will pick a player. Now, and again, another little feature is, you see the odds on the right-hand side here, 1 to 12, 1 to 10. It has to be 1 to 4 on odds before this kicks in. So you can't do like a 1 to 12 because it won't register as a 5th selection. But the way around about this is, I think 23 to 1 is great odds. So what I will do is focus on somebody. Now, I could go for Rabiot. Sorry, not him. I could go for, somebody else to get, say, Chiesa, and then add the odds. So if I'd done that, it would be up to 34. But I don't want to take the risk. So what I'm going to go is, I'm going to go for Bremer again, who's so consistent. Now, as you can see, that's 5 selections in my bet slip, but it's still 23 to 1 because basically I've got him twice to commit 1 foul, to commit 2 fouls. It still kicks in with Paddy Power that you've made 5 selections. So if one of the other players doesn't get 2 fouls, I still get my money back, my stake back. So in this one, I'm going to go £5, and then that would give me £5 to win £121.79. And that's basically how I would do my fouls bet. There's slight variations in other ones if you're looking for different odds, bigger odds, smaller odds. Somebody the other night I had done 2 fouls for each of them. Somebody else done 1 foul, much safer, and put a larger stake on. It's up to you, but this is the way I do it, so I can keep my stakes low but big returns. And that's how we do the fouls bet builder. Okay, thank you.